Thank you for joining Analytics for Living's Python Basics. Today we're going to walk through using Python within Jupyter Notebook and or Google Colab, the approach to do basic calculations and and an overview of the data types. So for Python Basics, the first set we're going to talk about is data types. We're going to talk variables, assignment, arithmetic operations, and then some basic calculations. So for data types are a way to categorize in Python many different types of data. Python is dynamically typed language, which means you don't have to need to declare the data type explicitly. Python will infer it for you. Most importantly is an integer identified as an int. So an example here is Python x equals 5, y equals -10. Floating point numbers, or float. You'll tend to use float oftentimes in calculating decimal points, where you'll want 3.14 to actually provide the 0.14, or in the example B is -0.5, it has to include the 0.5 as a float. A string is a text. So similar to that as a name of here, we say Alice, which is a sentence, this is a string. Booleans represent either true or false. They're used often to categorize conditional statements for control. So is true equals true, is false equals false. Lists are ordered collections of items which can be in any data type. They are created using square brackets and can be modified. For example, Python numbers, where you have a square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4 with a comma, or names, Alice in quotes, Bob in quotes, and Charlie in quotes. Note that most strings, as I mentioned before, str string needs to be in quotes, whereas integers, numbers, do not. Python will recognize it's a number. Tuples are similar to lists but are immutable, meaning the elements cannot be changed once created. They are created using this parentheses. So a Python point is 2, 3, or coordinates, latitude, and longitude. Dictionaries, DICT, are unordered collections of key value pairs. Each key is unique and used to accept the corresponding. For Python, a person equals a name, Alice. So the name is Alice. The age of Alice is 30, and the city is New York. Sets are unordered collections of unique elements. They're used for performing mathematical set operations like union, intersection, and difference. For example, unique numbers with a squiggly bracket, 1, 2, 3, 4. None is a special data type that represents the absence of value or null value. We'll learn that a little bit further in other sessions regarding null and null value. These are the core types in Python. There are many others, but these are the more basic core types. Now we're going to talk variables. Variables are containers or labels that you can use to store data. A variable is name, reference point to a value. Variable consists of letters, numbers, underscores. So you may experience or have variables which are case sensitive. So my var, maybe different variable types. Python has a reserved for words or keywords that cannot be used as variable types because they have special meanings, i.e. else, while, and a few others that we'll learn in other sessions. Assignment. Assignment is a value with a variable done to the assignment number of equals. For instance, if you're doing a formula, the value to the right-hand side is equals is assigned to that variable on the left-hand side. Variables are like integers or floats or strings or others, as you saw before in the example, are declared at the time to determine a specific data type. Python dynamically determines the type based on the assigned value. Let's talk about other arithmetic operations. So arithmetic operations in Python are mathematical operations that you can perform on numerical data types such as integers and floating numbers. Python supports several standard arithmetic operations. Addition with the plus sign. 5 plus 3 will equal 8. Subtraction, minus 7 minus 2, number sign, pound sign will be, or hashtag will be a 5. Multiplication is a result of 4 times 6 will be 24. Division, 10 divided by 2, will result in 5. Integer division, which divides the first number by the second number, returns the integer part of the result, is 10. Integer division 3 will result in 3. Notice there's not a float, so it's giving you the sum of the 3. Modulus returns the remainder of the division of the first number of the second, so 10% of 3 will result in 1. Raises are exponential. Exponentiation, or exponential factors. Raise the number to the power of the second number. So 2 double star 3 will result in 8. Assignment with arithmetic operations, and the two double star 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 equals 8. Assignment with arithmetic options can be combined arithmetic operations with variable assignments and concise expressions. So in this case, x equals 5. X plus equals 2 is equivalent to x equals x plus 2. These arithmetic operations can be used to perform a wide range of calculations quickly and efficiently. So the result of the 3 plus 4 times 2 will result in 14. 3 plus 4, 7 times 2 equals 14. Now let's do a couple examples here. So for instance, if we typed in 5 plus 3, we hit, as you said, the click on the arrow, or we can use the control enter sign, which would run that. So control enter sign would do that. So I'm going to click on the arrow. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now we'll do 4 times 6, as you saw. 4 times 6 is 24. 10 divided by 2 is 5. We'll recalculate it. 10 underscore 3, calculated as a point 3, as you see. 10% of 3, right, is 1. 7 to the third, or I'm sorry, 2 to the third becomes 8, and 3 plus 4 times 2 is 14. Great, so that's our first example here for Python basics, which we included data types, variables, assignment, arithmetic operations, and then a few examples for you. Please join our Analytics for a Living course. You're welcome to enroll. We offer one-on-one coaching as well as coursework for statistics, advanced Python, and machine learning.